Mustangs, here's your sports for the week. Boys basketball, varsity boys at the Jesuit tournament, December 4th through 6th. Boys basketball fundraising night, Monday, December 8th, Cane Rosso in Sachse, 5 to 9 p.m. Basketball games, Tuesday, December 9th versus Lakeview, JV at 4:30 p.m., varsity girls at 6 p.m., varsity boys at 7:30 p.m. These are home games. Golf info meeting. If you're interested in joining the Sachse golf team next semester, please attend one of the informational meetings in room 2023. And now, here's some footage from our basketball games.
Now on to Gina with the weather.
To be honest, the weather seems a bit off. I mean, everything's red and there's ash all on the ground. Oh, and there's that guy too, I guess. But anyways, hey Mustangs, this week's weather will be freezing cold and sunny, with Saturday having a high 62 and low 40, while Sunday will have a high 56 and a low 33. Monday will have a high 54 and low 42, while the next 3 days will have high 60s, moving with Tuesday having a 63, Wednesday with a 68, and Thursday with a 65. They'll also be in the low 40s, with Tuesday having a low 49, while Wednesday and Thursday will have a low 47. Now on to Friday will be partly cloudy with a 62 and 46. That's all Mustangs, and does anyone know how to leave this place?
Now on to Jonathan with This Week in History.
On This Week in History, Monday, 1955, the birth of the modern American civil rights movement occurred as Rosa Parks was arrested in Montgomery, Alabama, for refusing to give up her seat to a white man and move to the back of the section of a municipal bus. And this Friday, 1955 as well, the Montgomery bus boycott began in response to the arrest of Rosa Parks for refusing to give up her seat. Organized by the African American community, the boycott lasted until December 20th, 1956, when the U.S. Supreme Court ruling integrated the public transportation system. This resulted in a significant progress of the civil rights movement and more rights for African Americans. And for the birthday of the week, it is Walt Disney, born 1901, passed away in 1966. He was born in Chicago, Illinois. As a little boy, he liked to draw farm animals and eventually got a job as an artist. He moved to Hollywood and, in 1928, produced Steamboat Willie, starring Mickey Mouse in the first cartoon with synchronized sound. And in 1937, he released his full-length animated film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. He opened Disneyland Amusement Park in Anaheim, California in 1955. 5 years after his death, Disney World opened in Florida. The company he founded has grown into a global entertainment empire.
Now to an FFA interview with Ellie.
Hey Mustangs, it's Ellie with Emma Muffet.
Hi.
And today we're going to be doing an interview about FFA. So tell me, what is FFA?
So FFA stands for Future Farmers of America. It basically gives students a foundation of agriculture, and it shows them what it means to truly be into agriculture and kind of like a farmer.
Awesome, sounds great. Why did you join FFA?
I joined FFA because I wanted to raise an animal at the ag farm. So yeah, pretty simple.
That's really cool. Who can participate in the events you just finished?
Honestly, anyone can. You just have to be enrolled into an agriculture class, but anyone can join FFA and be into the events.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. What do y'all do in class?
So in agriculture classes, usually you obviously learn about animals. So like in small animal management, we learned about like canine nutrition and feline nutrition, livestock production. We just learned about like artificial insemination and yeah, just like a lot of stuff like that.
Sounds awesome. What animal are you raising for FFA now?
I'm currently raising a pig. His name's Porcini.
That's so cute. I love that. What makes FFA so important for our schools, our families, and our nation?
Honestly, it brings a lot of people from different backgrounds together, like people who typically wouldn't talk in like everyday scenarios. And I think it's just like one big family. It's very welcoming. Probably the most kindest people I've ever met.
What are your plans for advancing to state?
Well, me and my group have worked on our script. We've added more things about like bee production and such, and we're just always practicing.
Where would a student be able to join FFA?
Well, you have to be enrolled into an agriculture class, so you have to talk to Mr. Brown, our only agriculture teacher here.
Did you know what you were getting into when you signed up?
I definitely was very well informed about what I'd be signing up for, but pigs and just any animal in general are a lot of work, a lot of time. So, I mean, I had a decent knowledge about what I was doing.
If you're interested, come join FFA.
Okay, now on to This Week in Music History with Ethan.
In 1965, the Beatles played their last ever show in their hometown of Liverpool. In 1987, a Kentucky teacher lost her appeal in the U.S. Supreme Court over getting fired for showing Pink Floyd's film, The Wall, to her class. In 1992, Whitney Houston started a 10-week run at number 1 on the UK singles chart with her song, I Will Always Love You. In 1993, American musician, composer, and nonconformist Frank Zappa passed away from prostate cancer. In 2002, Oasis singer Liam Gallagher was arrested and charged with assault after he kung fu kicked a police officer. In 2013, reggae singer Junior Mervin, best known for the 1976 hit song Police and Thieves, died in Jamaica, aged 67. And finally, in 2016, Childish Gambino released Awaken My Love.
Oh! Now it's Adam with Word of the Week.
What's up, Sexy High School? It's Adam with the Word of the Week, and the Word of the Week is enjambment. The definition of enjambment is the continuation of a sentence without a pause beyond the end of a line. Enjambment in a sentence is the technique of enjambment can make reading poetry tricky, as it is natural to want to pause at the end of a line instead of reading it through.
Now on to a Christmas true story with this guy right here.
This guy.
What's your name?
Adrian.
Hey, my name is Adrian, and I'm here to talk about how Christmas was during World War I. Christmas observances occurred throughout World War I, even on the battlefield. Likely the best known incident would be the Christmas truce, a spontaneous truce on Christmas Eve in 1914, which happened along parts of the western and, to a much smaller extent, eastern fronts. There were numerous eyewitness accounts retold in letters. On Christmas Eve, 1914, there was a lull in the fighting. The Germans had a Christmas tree in the trenches. An unidentified German soldier later wrote in a letter home, Christmas 1914, "Suddenly a man from my company reported, 'The English are letting off fireworks.' And sure enough, across the way from us, the enemy trenches were lit up with fires and rockets and so on. We then made up a few banners reading Happy Christmas with a couple of candles behind, a couple on top. At midnight, a baritone stood up and in a rich, resonant voice sang, 'Minute Charitians.' The cannonade ceased, and when the hymn finished, applause broke out from our side and from the German trenches. Though no sources show similar spontaneous truces occurring after 1914, celebration around holidays remained. But of course, the Christmas spirit during the war reached beyond the battlefield. More than 35,000 individuals served in the YMCA entertainment operations at home and abroad. Don Guthrie was one of these YMCA workers, and his Santa costume now resides at the museum. The outfit made up of a painted paper mask, wispy cotton beard, and a red cloth cap, coat, pants, cape, and belt with matching gift bags may have seen better days, but its age and wear show its well-loved history.